Welcome to Game Crunch, your weekly video game podcast. My name is Mike Anastasia, and with me today we have Nick.
Hi.
And Brandon.
Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Very good. We're going to talk about games and things today, like Kirby.
Yeah.
That's our big thing.
Kirby Day.
Kirby.
Yeah. And then Brandon's got Tiny Tina.
I
and
do.
Ghostwire Tokyo.
I also do. I bought all 3 games that released on the same day.
Because you're crazy.
I didn't buy them. I stole one, and then I bought the other
one?
2. One was a gift, one was bought by me, and the other one I stole from my brother's room and didn't give back.
Well, that happens.
He probably
guys
doesn't
ready
even
to get
notice
into
it's
it?
gone yet, because he's too busy with fucking Fortnite.
Fork knife.
Wait, can I just real quick? I discovered something this week with Fortnite, and I thought it was hilarious. So I'll go on TikTok once in a while just for a giggle.
Yeah.
And somebody was like, "Hey, if you have an Instagram, search Fortnite on Instagram and click the first account." Now, on an official social media page, what would you assume the first account that would come up with Fortnite would be?
The Fortnite, like,
The official one, right?
I'm expecting some kind of fucking Fortnite sex video
It's all porn.
thing. I do it.
Like the 5th one down is official Fortnite, and the first 4 are just porn. And I was like,
I knew it.
Oh,
I knew it. Yep, I knew it.
Sure, I guess that's what we're doing.
I mean, why not?
It's always funny.
Why
You
not?
mentioned Fortnite.
Well, maybe that's what Brandon was doing with Fortnite.
No.
No.
He's like, I gotta make my...
No, man, I was playing as Aloy and getting killed by by Bruno Mars. By Bruno Mars. That happens too often. That's not even a joke. Bruno Mars is in Fortnite now. You can get shot in the face by Bruno Mars.
I wish.
Well, it's probably just because you're busy talking to the moon.
Trying to get to you.
Yeah. All right, let's continue.
Yeah, what you doing?
No, it's not me. We're not starting with me. No.
Well, we can all talk about.
We are talking about Kirby.
Oh,
We're talking about Kirby.
Kirby's the
Jesus,
hot new
Brandon.
thing.
Yeah,
Kirby's good.
and we all played it, so Kirby has to go.
We did all play it. I did
Kirby's
play
good.
a significant chunk of it too, so I can talk about it.
I played a very, very significant chunk of it.
Okay, now I haven't played that
Mike
significant.
finished it.
You definitely.
I finished it, and then I did lots of like the after game
Mhm.
shit. Yeah,
Very
and
nice.
the only thing I haven't done yet, so I finished like all the after game shit,
Mhm.
and the only thing I just want to. I probably will go back through and get the rest of the Waddle Dees. Like, that's where I am. Like, I've done, like, everything else
Okay.
at this point. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't done that much.
Me neither. I've
We're-
only gotten through like the first world area, like
Same.
the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stages, whatever.
I fought
The
the
one
big
that's like-
monkey again.
Yeah, I fought that.
Okay.
And I went to the first ocean stage and finished that one too, or beach or whatever the fuck it is. So I've done
Ocean
that
Beach.
stuff, and then all the side stuff that was led up to it. I did all that too.
Yeah, I do all the side stuff too. That stuff's really fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, I do really like the treasure.
Bomb bowling was so much fun.
They're basically just like challenge levels for the different abilities.
Yeah. No, I was
Yeah.
trying to think of what the name was for them, though. It's a
Treasure
treasure
something.
run or treasure something. I don't remember.
I don't either.
Kirby Treasure Road.
Treasure Road.
Yeah,
yeah,
I think that
Treasure
might be
Roads.
it. That's it. Yep.
Yeah, no, those are really good. They're a really good time, and they have one for like pretty much each of the different like abilities,
Mhm.
and like some of them are even more like specialized. Like some of the powered up abilities, you'll get
Mhm.
some for, and then some of like the mouthful modes will have one.
Kirby has guns.
Kirby doesn't have guns.
Kirby has guns.
Yeah, Ranger Kirby, especially once it's upgrade, fucking the best.
My
favorite.
friend sent me a thing, and he's like, "I just upgraded my Ranger Kirby. I can now dual wield pistols as Kirby." And I was like, "That's sick." But I want to do that too. But I can only upgrade one thing right now, and that was the fire thing, because I just unlocked the upgrading like abilities thing. So upgraded the fire thing, and then I'm just like Krakatoa basically now. Whenever.
Yeah, most of the abilities, aside from 2, have like 3 different like levels of power up, of different power ups
Mhm.
through, and then there's some additional types of power ups you can do like post game, like beyond,
Okay.
like the stuff that you already get. So I mean, it's pretty like versatile what you can like level up, which is
Mhm.
pretty nice. And I feel like each of the different, I don't know, I don't really see much of a need to like it. So it lets you like if you upgrade your sword, you can go to like second level sword, third level sword, whatever. But it doesn't really
Okay.
seem like there's much advantage to like go back like after you get like a further upgrade. Like it lets you pick which one you want. But like I
Mhm.
don't really see much reason to be like, oh, I'd rather have the second level sword instead of the third level sword. Like they're very like they all seem like power upgrades. I mean, I guess if you don't want to be as powerful for whatever reason, like go for it. But yeah, no, the power ups are great, and they all seem to like add some pretty like nice advantages like as you go on. The one thing I'll say about the power ups though that kind of bugged me, and I don't know if you guys have gotten to this point yet where you've realized it, but the game doesn't really tell you what like the power ups moves are. So like if you get like if you
No.
remember like in the old games, like if you got like a sword and you like hit the pause screen or whatever, it'd be like,
Oh
hey,
yeah,
you
I
know,
know what you're talking about. Like
Yeah,
the
if you, like-
move list, like because like
Yeah.
with the sword you could do the dash, but then you can also do the up slash afterwards.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
you just kind of figure that out yourself.
or you can do like the spin jump kind of thing.
Mhm.
And like it will tell you some of those things in like the treasure road, but like a bunch of the stuff you just kind of like either figure out accidentally
Mhm.
or
I
you have
think
to, like,
Treasure
look
Road's
online.
supposed to teach you that more or less.
I see. I thought that's what it was, but then I realized with one of like the ranger upgrades, like there was a move that I had in my arsenal that I did not know about and never knew about, and I found it out on accident, and it was like game changing for me.
Oh, okay.
So there are definitely moves that come off as like super helpful that it does not tell you about.
Weird. Okay.
Yeah, it seems like it's like a weird like oversight. Like I feel like that's something that could be patched in if they're gonna patch things in. Because it is super helpful, and like I said, there are definitely moves that it tells you, or even too like if you don't use a move that often, even if you do the treasure road, like you might just forget like the combo to actually like activate it. So
Okay.
yeah, but it's not like it's a major complaint. Like I'm not like, oh my god, Kirby's ruined because I did not know this. So yeah, there's that. But the upgrade system is pretty well balanced, I think, because it requires coins, and then it has the like rare stones, rare stars, or whatever
Mhm.
as part of the currency as well. And you usually get those from the treasure roads or from the Coliseum once you unlock that. So yeah, pretty neat.
Nice.
If you could, did either of you guys try co-op at all? I have not.
No.
No, I haven't. Not yet.
No. I mean, I heard Waddle Dee's kind of weak because it's Waddle Dee. It's not like he gets any abilities.
Yeah.
But I mean, whatever. If you got someone who's not like wants something to like play and not like super into like whatever or doesn't mind being support, that's fine. Or I guess you can always like switch off too, like taking turns. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
if I was going to compare this to like another kind of series leap, though, I was thinking about this the other day. I'd probably compare it to like Mario 3D Land. Is what I decided.
Yeah, it feels a lot like that.
Yeah, it has a lot of the makings of that, and like aside from some like weird like frame rate issues in the background, like it plays quite well, both gameplay wise and graphically.
It plays quite well. It's got like a nice like solid like gameplay loop to it. But part of the reason I think it's kind of more like Land is like it doesn't quite like flesh out all of its ideas as well as World does. Like it's like, hey, we got this concept. Let's hammer this out and see what we can do with it. But it just doesn't quite take it as far as it should. But I mean, it's still a great game. Like I love Mario 3D Land. I love this Kirby game.
Like I thought some of the mouthful mode stuff didn't work. Like I did like the mouthful stairs last night, and like controlling it is like really awkward.
Really awkward.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to realize you couldn't change like the way the stairs are facing.
Yep.
And I was like, that's kind of weird.
That's awkward. And then I thought
that was stupid. I hated mouthful stairs. Like it's probably the least like important one that I've used yet. It's just awful.
There is a dumber one.
Really? Because like mouthful stairs is like so bad that like even if you want like if you placed it the way you want to, since you jump out of it and it goes forward instead of it like stopping at the place that you've placed it, it like will block like some of the puzzles. So that happened to me like twice. I'm guessing Nick had the same thing happen.
Was it with the fire one? Where like
it was with the fire, the cannon. Yep. Yeah. And I was like, this is dumb. And then I was like, I guess I'll move it over here to all the way to the right instead then. And then it doesn't even look right. It doesn't look like aesthetically pleasing. I have to like jump up this way and then like hover over to it. It's like that especially just seems really cumbersome and dumb.
Where you assume the stairs are supposed to go just fits so well.
Exactly.
And then I don't like the mouthful storage where like he just puts his mouth on the big cabinet. He's like, all right, now you gotta just pull it over. Like that to me, like just artificially lengthens the game for like no reason.
Yes. There's no point to that one.
There's another equivalent to that one, which I think actually takes the cake of dumbness. I don't think you've seen it yet.
The one where you rip the whole wall off, because that one was dumb too.
I think that's that one. It's kind of like a bookshelf kind of thing.
It's in the same level. At the end, it's like screwed into the wall. So
for some reason, I didn't think they came up until like a different world. But yes,
no, it's in the same one. It's fucking garbage.
It's just annoying because like some of the mouthful mode stuff is like actually really fun. Like I love driving the car. Like the car Kirby is funny as shit, and like I love doing that.
Car Kirby is actually like really fun.
The cone Kirby's really cool and fun. Like really like I don't want to say innovative, but like it's at least interesting. And then like you get to some of the other ones, it's like, oh, here's Dome Mouth Kirby, and he just pops the top off this water thing. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess so. Like I feel like
inhaled it off, like
Yeah, like in past games, you would either like break it by just smacking it, or like you just inhale it off. Like no, he has to become one with the dome, and then pop it off. Like no.
Yeah, but the other ones are. I don't disagree. They are great. Like I like the I don't forget what they call it. The one where it's like a circle and you're blasting like the things of air. Like that one's really nice. The glider's nice. I even like the vending machine. I have a blast with the vending machine. So
yeah, vending machine's funny and it's fun.
Yeah, and you do see it used as like a puzzle later on, which I kind of thought was neat. So like when they try to be creative, like the stairs can be frustrating, but they can do some decent puzzles with them too. But yeah, like I do think those are like the weakest three, easily, hands down. But the car's fun, and that first like challenge with the car.
Yeah,
I think you probably both have done it already, right? Where you have to like get the time on the course.
Have I done?
I think there was one.
I've done the one where it's like I got reward because I didn't fall off the edge. Is that one you're talking about?
No, I don't think so.
No. But like that one was like it was like super tight corridors, and like you got like an extra wildly if you don't fall off the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys might not have gotten it to it yet.
No.
But there's one where it's like a course and you get different prizes based on like the times that you get. Okay. And it has you doing some like creative ways to like get some times later. So it should be coming up. I know it's at the beginning of the game. I just don't remember where, but yeah, no. Okay. And they do more things like that as you go on too, which is pretty. Listen, they do get some pretty like neat ideas like built into like some of those different mouthful modes that are actually interesting. Mm-hmm. And there is like a treasure road that really takes advantage of those all later on as well. So
very nice. That sounds fun.
Yeah. So I mean, you get a lot of that stuff. But yeah, I mean, those are. I do kind of like the idea of kind of like the Waddle Dee kind of achievement system that they built too.
Yes. Yeah. That's really funny.
Yeah, just like some of them I'll just like happen to like just figure out. And I'd be like, oh hey, you stole this. You defeated this dog. Here's you did the Waddle Dee treasure or whatever. But then like you'll get to the end and like it will leave any that you didn't find or whatever during your playthrough as like question marks, and it will unlock one as you like do it. Like whatever your most like each time you beat the level, it'll reveal one that you had not already seen. And some of them are just wild. Like I'm like I never would have figured this out in like a million billion years.
Oh yeah, like I remember I missed one because it was like, oh, you didn't break the wanted poster. Like I didn't see a wanted poster.
It took me a while to realize what the wanted posters were.
Yeah.
I saw them in the like next level after that, and I was like, oh fuck, that was the wanted poster.
Yeah.
And then it's not a reward anymore. And I was just like, gotcha, suckers. So yeah, no, they do a good job with that. It's kind of like the ones that are there, like they do have like a nice kind of like feel like they're a nice incentive to go back and just kind of be like, hey, could you do this challenge now, or could you do it later when you get like better power ups, like once you need to do it. So that stuff's all pretty nice. I mean, I think it's paced pretty well. Difficulty wise, it's a Kirby game, for better or worse. Like it's not going to be the most challenging thing you ever play. But it's definitely not like the easiest thing either. So, and especially when you get to like with general Kirby stuff, like once you get to the end game stuff, like
Mhm.
shit gets real fast. So
Okay.
like I would say the last challenge of the game is probably like the final Coliseum mode, and that stuff gets just pretty hard. So yeah, no, there's some good stuff there. Anyways,
Music's
I'm
pretty good
excited
too.
to. Yeah, the music's actually really good. I
Oh, the
like the
music's
music a lot. Mm-hmm.
I really like the kind of like theme song thing that they have, like
Oh
I don't know,
yeah.
the Japanese song.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I think this is a very good game.
yeah, it's really good. It's better than what I was expecting, but also like at the same time kind of on point of what I was expecting, at least from the demo that we got. So like I'm
So I didn't play the demo. I didn't play
No?
anything. So I went into this completely blind,
oh,
and
okay.
I'm enjoying my time with it.
Yeah, I
so
mean
far.
it's very consistent and it's fun and it's good and like that's really all I need.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not,
the same. The same
you
for
know,
me.
it's trying some new things. Sometimes it goes good, sometimes it falls flat, but most of the time it's fun and enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
I
Like
think
it
I feel
is.
about the same way.
I don't think I had any like real complaints with it. I enjoyed everything I had played on it. Like I think it's a decent amount of time too. Like it probably took me maybe like 10 hours to get through all the stuff that I did.
It's not bad.
I think that's about right. We'll see. In a couple days the clock should unlock and I can give you like the definitive like time.
I did, however, I bought the version from Walmart that came with a Kirby pop socket, and I really like that.
My friend did
Ooh.
the same.
I specifically bought it from Walmart to get the Kirby
Same.
pop
That's
socket.
what my buddy did. He's like, "Yep, I bought it for the pop socket."
So I mean,
I'm trying to think. Some places had some interesting like pre-order bonuses for it.
Target
There
had
is,
like a bag thing.
yes.
Target had one of those round Kirby's that they had on the poles if you could get them fast enough and leave.
What you got to do is you just got to bring a friend with you, pull up real quick, right?
Go!
Yeah, and just fucking Ocean's 11 that shit, and just take.
Just take the Kirby with you.
Sure, whatever sad employee sees it is probably just like, I'm not paid enough for this. God
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just look at the employee. Did that man just steal one of our Kirby's? And he's like,
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. It's a pretty good game. I really don't. I hope that they build off of this and do more with it because I think like gameplay wise, I think it's just a lot of fun. Like it is like a 3D Kirby and it just plays really well. So and the power ups are a good time. I really enjoy those. And I think you commented on it too, Nick. The frame rate's like really solid, except for like they do that thing like Pokemon Arceus does, where they're like things in the background have that weird.
That's done on purpose because it saves on processing power. Because if
I know
background that you're not seeing at the time, you know, there's no reason. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't really need it. And the Waddle Dee Town has some like fun little meta games too. On top of like, what is it? They have like a Coliseum and like a shopping game and a fishing game and a rolling game. I think there might be more. I can't even remember. There's a bunch.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't even think I really have anything like bad to say about it.
I don't have anything bad to say about it either. I mean, it's a Kirby game and it's a good Kirby game, and that's about it.
Yeah, and it's a good Kirby game. Like I'm glad they decided to like take the risk on it, and yeah, like I think it paid off. And I guess for those curious too, like the amiibo stuff, it does let you like if you scan it, it gives you like I don't know, like a dumb amount of coins. Like here's 40 coins. I don't even think you get that much. Maybe like 20, and then it gives you like a power up that you can use for like your because you do have. I don't even think you guys have seen it yet.
No.
But it does have like you can have like a stored power up that you can use like later. Not like an ability, kind of like, hey, if you activate this, you get like extra attack power, or you get extra defense, or you get like an extra line of life, or you get your life healed, like those kind of things. So, yeah, I mean that's all they do. Nothing crazy. I don't recommend doing what Game Explain did and buy a QB amiibo just to see what it does because the payoff's not that great. So, Game Explain bot. They think they spent like $400 on a QB amiibo.
What amiibo?
The QBBY Box Boy.
I didn't know. Oh, that's an expensive amiibo.
Yes, it is.
Wait, hold on.
There's a box boy amiibo. It's literally an amiibo. It's like
Oh, what the
a white
fuck?
box.
Yeah, it's very expensive.
I love them.
I know.
Yeah.
It's so adorable. It's my most treasured amiibo at this point, I think. However, I bought it when it was like $60 to import it, not before it got super rare.
Holy shit!
I don't even know. I wonder what mine's worth, like opened.
I don't know. Let's find out.
But you have it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
How is that spelled? This is Q boy.
QBBY.
Okay.
What is that website you use for the thing?
The NES Price Charter is what I used to use, but I don't know if they have amiibos on there. Maybe.
The one we used before we had amiibos. I thought it was that one.
NES BBY.
Mm-hmm.
$231. No box.
Ooh, that's not too shabby.
Let's see. That's NES charting. Yep, $261 loose.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the same website I was at before, but it's just called price charting now.
Yeah. They added so much stuff now. It's just price charting.
Okay.
I mean, I have a Funko Pop worth more than that, but but
I mean, this has to be the most expensive amiibo, though. I'm pretty sure.
Probably. Wonder if my Pop is more expensive than that. Let's go check. Let's try that.
My Corrin Player 2 is worth $128.
I check some of mine, shouldn't I?
$195 for my Pop right now.
What's it called?
Pricecharting.com.
Okay.
So
my QB is worth more. That's wild.
Your QB is worth more. Apparently, if I have it dusted off, it's $299. Near mint, hard protector. I don't have a hard protector.
Uh-huh.
I have it near mint, but it's got some dust on the box because I haven't messed with it in forever.
My copy
average selling price last 30 days, $274.99.
My copy of Snatcher doubled in price.
I don't doubt it. Yeah, this is what I'm looking at right now. I'm gonna put it in general.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, okay.
I have him and the whole crew.
The
$80 for Faye. Huh.
The Monster Hunter Stories amiibo ratcheted up in price now too. Like the one of them is worth. What is? I just looked at it. What is that? Okay, the hell. $239.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and then another one of them is worth $137.
Okay.
Peach No Legs is only worth $60 now.
Oh shit! What up?
Wait, Let me check double arm cannon Samus.
Oh god, I think that's worth a lot more.
It's not on there. You're really about Kirby, right?
Yeah, I think we're all done with
Kirby, yeah.
Unless you got anything else to say about it.
No, I think I'm
good about Kirby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kirby's great. If you haven't played it, try it.
Yeah, it's Kirby.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. You guys can talk about who wants to go next.
Oh yeah, Nick, you said you had a movie you were going to talk about?
I do.
And you said you think I may have seen it, but you're not sure.
Wow, this went up in price too. Jesus
so this sounds
Christ.
good. Let's hear it.
So I watched a movie.
Okay.
Called Sorry to Bother You.
Sorry to bother you. Have I seen this? Let me see.
By Boots Riley and there it is. So it's by Boots Riley and it stars Lakeith Stanfield and Tessa Thompson.
I don't think I've seen this.
It's very weird and right up your alley.
All right.
So, basically, the movie starts out with Lakeith Stanfield getting hired at a telemarketing firm and kind of just delves down into him trying to become like the top producing caller at his firm, while also establishing like there's this really weird company that's like very Amazon-esque in feel that is like being accused of like trapping people into basically slave labor, where like they're like, hey, if you come sign contracts with us, we will house you, feed you, like you will never have to go anywhere else. All you gotta do is work for us. And like it just kind of spirals into this really, really weird story.
Okay.
Now one of the funny things about like the beginning of the movie is Danny Glover plays one of the other telemarketers, And early on, like Keith Stanfield's character Cassius Green is having trouble like trying to make sales. And he's like, "Oh, you got to use your white voice," and his white voice for the phone calls is done by David Cross.
Oh,
and it's like really funny. Yeah.
Okay.
Also, Steven Yeun from The Walking Dead's in it as a character. Armie Hammer plays a character. Terry Crews is in it. He plays his uncle. Tessa Thompson, you probably know her from Thor Ragnarok. She plays Valkyrie. So, yeah. So, like, there's a lot of people... Like, there's a lot of really good actors in this. But it gets really weird and really funky towards the end, and I think you particularly would enjoy it.
Okay.
So, yeah, it came out, like, back in 2018. But it's very weird. But I enjoyed it for what it was.
Okay, I'm going to definitely look into this. It looks very odd.
I will tell you that I could give you a couple of hours of guesses, and I don't think you'd be able to guess the direction this movie goes.
Oh, that's always something exciting. It's nice to not be like able to predict a movie right away.
That's how I feel too. Yeah,
like there's a hard gear shift in like the second act where you're like, "Oh, is this the same movie?"
Interesting. Okay, so yeah, I'll check this one out. This one sounds interesting.
So yeah, check it out.
Yeah, because I had never actually even heard of this, so this is definitely something that I want to see.
What's that?
No, I was saying I've never even heard this movie, so this is definitely something that I want to see. Okay. I was like trailed off though, like because I was reading something else at the time, and I was like, and I just started laughing because it sounded like I was like shutting down in my brain.
Gotcha. But yeah, so that's pretty much all I did this past weekend. Played some Kirby and watched that movie.
Okay.
Yeah. I bought my tickets to the Sonic movie today, so I can talk about that when it comes out in 2 weeks.
I want to see that movie.
Or actually, not 2 weeks. I guess like a week now, a little over a week.
You'll see it next week, right?
Yeah, next Friday. Friday.
Isn't there an early screening for it?
Yeah, on Thursday, but like just my weekday schedule is hectic, so there's just no way I'd be able to swing that. So, but yeah, that's all I've got.
All right. Well, Brandon, I guess it's up to you.
Yeah. I guess. Oh shit! Hold on. All right. So I played multiple games. First, I'm going to talk about the one I put the most time into, which is Ghostwire Tokyo. This is a very, very weird game. Nick, any questions on this one? Because we talked about this before, and this game looks very.
I have one.
Very weird. Okay, go on.
Is it good?
Yes, okay. I do think it's good. but here's the thing. I think it's good. I think it's 7 or 8 out of 10.
That's still not bad.
Maybe a high 6, depending on the person that's playing. I think this is like the epitome of just turn your brain off like you're going to a big budget Hollywood film and just enjoy it. That sort of thing. Like, don't think too much about it. Don't really give a shit. That kind of deal.
That's a shame, though, because I forget what her name was. The original.
It really looked like it was going to be horror focused.
Yeah, like the original director really, like, I feel like she had a better vision for the game.
Absolutely. This comes off feeling like a collectathon sort of deal with a very interesting atmosphere at the end of the day. That's what this comes off as for me. So I'll give you a few tiny examples of like the experiences I've had in this game. So like the world is massive and open-ended, but it's the kind of massive and open-ended you have in like a Ubisoft game or like Horizon Zero Dawn, where it's like, oh, there's so many markers and so many places I can go. And Now, granted, I'm definitely just being nitpicky here because I've been playing Elden Ring, and with none of that stuff there and just having me explore and find all sorts of different neat stuff throughout the game, that feels like a much more interesting way to present a world than what is done here. However, it's still a very fun game. It's not really scary. It's kind of eerie. It's like, because there's no one there.
Spooky?
No.
No.
It doesn't give off any scares, in my opinion. I don't think there's any way you can be scared, like outright spooked by this game. You can be a little creeped out, you can be a little on edge, but I don't think it's that scary at all. So essentially, the general gameplay is you have 3 magic attacks and you have a bow. That is your thing, right? Mm-hmm. So your 3 magic attacks are your green magic attack, which is like you could charge it up and you could fire like 4 missiles at once, that sort of thing, and it's like sort of like a pistol, more or less. You can shoot someone a lot with it to expose their core faster, and that sort of deal. You can use the red magic attack, which is a giant fireball that once you charge it up and like shoot it at the ground, it will break the cores of anyone that's around it, depending on the blast radius, which that's definitely the one you're going to want to be using, more or less. Mm-hmm. And when I say break the cores, all the like monsters, like the yokai and everything in this game, they just appear like monsters until you break their cores, which is by hitting them repeatedly with magic attacks or with a bow and arrow and that sort of deal. And when you break their cores, you then like hold L2 or some shit, and you absorb the core, and it gives you a replenish of your health if you've spec'd into that like ability, because it's kind of got like a, you know, RPG-ish, very light RPG elements, like a spec system. And then if you haven't, then like you're just gonna get like ammo refills for your magic, because your magic has ammo, and then your bow and arrow, you know, your arrows are ammo, and each individual magic part is a different ammo. So red ammo, blue ammo, green ammo, that sort of deal. What makes this interesting is the world, because the world is very accurately and very well recreated, feeling somewhat akin to something like the Yakuza games, where the world feels like it's genuinely been lived in, even though there is no one there. And because there's no one there, but you can keep finding all this lore scattered about that you can read, it makes it a lot more interesting, and it makes the world feel a lot more alive, even though there is literally no one there. Mm-hmm. And I think that's really cool. And then the other elements of this game that make it really interesting are like some of the side quests I found have been really cool. Like I found this one side quest where a black hole opened up and was like sucking everything into it around this one house. And you go there and you find out the house used to belong to a hoarder who like died, but their spirit still haunts the house and that sort of deal. So it's still like grabbing objects and hoarding them inside the house. And like when you go inside there, like the house is clearly possessed, and you're trying to find a way to, explore the house, and it does the little spooky things here and there. So I guess there could be some little scares here and there when you're in the house and you're trying to find where the ghost is and what happened to them and why they became like this. And it gives you some lore while you're in the house. And then once you do that, you get some XP and you move on, that sort of deal. Those little things are really cool because they do a lot of things that essentially like bend reality in the game. Like there was one mission I was doing where like the walls started being on the ceilings, and I was like crawling through a square, and then when I got to the other side of it, it was actually a door. And when I like turned back around, I could see that it looked like a normal door, but then like you couldn't. And when you actually went through it and came out the other side, then it was like a little tiny square, that sort of deal. It's like, okay, there's like a lot of mind-bending sort of deals. Like there was a chase at one point where I was chasing this person, but they were like manipulating the world. So like the like doorways and like the floor and everything was like changing as I was chasing after them. So I had to keep like changing up the way I was turning, because the doors would literally move and like shift as I moved and shifted. So that was really cool. And like elements like that are really neat and interesting. The story is very, very odd. So there's that. And just in general, it's a very interesting and different game. This feels like a game where they're like, all right, let's try this new IP. And then like the second game, if they make a second game, have not finished it. So I don't know if it's open where it could have a second game. But if they were to make a second game, it'd be like, okay, this is going to be really fucking cool, because they have a lot of good ideas now. This feels like the making of something interesting, more so than that something interesting that blows you out of the park. You know what I mean? So it's like the start of something. that could be a very cool franchise. And I like it a lot because of that. It's also incredibly fucking pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And that also adds a lot to it. But a lot of the outside open world ended stuff are just go find some ghosts, absorb them in this little talisman thing you have, upload the talisman to a payphone, send the ghost away. And it's like kind of like Ghostbusters, where like you would get them inside like the proton packs and then like deposit the proton packs, and then but instead it's with like talismans and this sort of stuff where you like capture them inside these little paper doll things, and then you send them away through the payphones that you find are scattered around the open world. And that's just like a little what's the word I'm looking for? That element of the game is just like very tedious, but it's just like, hey, if you want to go collect all of them in this prefecture, then here you go, you can go do that. And I don't know what you get if you get things, but like if you're kind of person that's like, oh, I want to do all the side activities, oh, I want to do all the small minuscule things, like there's a lot here to keep you busy, plus the world's actually interesting to explore. So there's all that. The creatures are genuinely like designed in a very creepy way, and they're very well made, but there's like 9 of them. So, you know, when you see like 9 of them and you're like, okay, well, I've seen them all now. It's just like, okay, I guess that's that. So, and then they just kind of repeat, but they keep it interesting with the battles because they're able to like put different ones together in the battles and they play off of each other. So it's like, okay, well, that's kind of neat. But seeing the same 9 yokai things over and over again, it's just like, all right, sure, whatever. It's definitely a lot of missed potential, but it's like an easy 7 or 8. Like if you like open world games just in general, or if you want one that's kind of different from all the rest while still feeling like rooted in a familiarity while the game itself isn't. So there you go. I like Ghostwire Tokyo. It's fun. I've put quite a few hours in it and I enjoy it, but I do recognize that several people will not like it, and that's fine.
Good though.
Yep.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I know you were like nervous about it, so
yeah, I was very nervous about it, and I would say in some respects it was justified because the performance on PC has been hit and miss. It's been totally fine at some points. Other times, it's literally crashed my whole computer. But that may be me, because I really need a new computer, which is something I've been looking into. So there's that. But yeah, with the current graphics card shortages and everything, it's kind of a little bit difficult. Moving on from that, I played Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Not Borderlands. It's Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. Yeah. This game is excellent. Like, it's actually really fucking good.
Yeah.
I'm very surprised by how good this game is. So, if you've played Borderlands 2 and you played the DLC with the like bunkers and badasses, this is that, but an entire story. But what makes this way better is you're not playing as pre-established characters. You make your own, so it's like actually playing D&D in the Wonderlands universe. And you're like building your character and your character's like subclasses and everything as you go along, which is very nice and very customizable. And honestly, it's a lot of fun. And the gun selection that they have here is quite different from some of the other Borderlands games. And I really enjoy it. Plus, there's like a heavy focus on melee or some kind of specialized thing for each class. So for instance, my class right now, I have a little dragon pet that follows me around, but also if I press like R1, I swing like a giant fuck off fire hammer, which causes like a big huge explosion in the center of the ground, and it will cause knockback effect as well as burning on any of the enemies that are around me. So it's kind of like a fuck off button. So if too many things get on me, I just press that and knocks them all away, and then like it allows my teammates to actually attack them afterwards. Plus I've also found this other thing, which essentially I can only describe as meteor, where I drop an actual meteor from the sky by casting my second spell. And when I do that, anything that gets hit by it, the one I'm using currently, it zaps health from them and gives it to me.
Okay.
So it's very customizable in that regard. And it's actually like a lot of fun. And the story's not terrible. It's actually a lot of fun. If you like Joel McHale from Community, as well as things like the Lego Batman movie and stuff like that, he is the main villain, and he's very funny. So there's that. Essentially, at least from the little bit I've played, you are doing like a normal D&D campaign that's being run by Tiny Tina, and then Joel McHale's character kind of hijacks it and gains sentience, and then the bad guy controls the D&D campaign, and it's a lot of fun. It's actually like a whole lot of fun. So yeah, highly recommend checking it out if you like. Now I'm sitting here, I'm like second guessing myself. Like he does play the character, right? Because it sounds exactly like
No, it's
him.
not Joel McHale, it's Will Arnett.
Oh, it's Will Arnett. Holy shit. You're right. I was getting the two confused because Will Arnett is BoJack Horseman, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was being a fucking idiot. My bad. Joe McHale's in something else that I was thinking of. It's Will Arnett who plays it, and Will Arnett is fantastic. Oh my god, I can't believe I was confusing those two. And I even said Batman, which Will Arnett is Batman. So why the fuck did I get the two confused? I'm a fucking idiot. Anyway, Will Arnett is the character I was thinking of. And his name's Job, and fucking
he's
Arrested
Job.
Development. So I was like Job. Yeah, okay, I'm an idiot. Anyway, I'll take that L. I'll take that large L. But Will Arnett is fantastic in this. He's very funny. And in general, yeah, the game itself has a few twisted turns things because of the fact that he takes over, and then like Tiny Tita's like scrambling and being like, that wasn't supposed to happen. Why the hell did that happen? And that sort of deal. And then, yeah, he's sick and tired essentially of being the punching bag in D&D campaigns, and he's going to unleash his fury on the newbie group, which is you and whoever you're playing with at the time. And yeah, it's good. It's really good, actually.
Sounds like a pretty interesting concept.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun, which is something I think Borderlands 3 was missing, in my opinion. So
I didn't buy this game because Borderlands 3 was ass.
Yeah, I had this gifted to me by my friend because he was like, "We've played every Borderlands. You're playing this one." And I was like, okay. And then like I was like, oh god, I guess I'm playing the new Borderlands. And then we started playing it, and I was like, wait a minute, this is good. What happened? Did they have a different team work on this one as opposed to the like other one? Because yeah, Borderlands 3 was kind of trash, and this seems a lot better. So there is that. And yeah, that's what I've been playing. I haven't really done anything else. I'm done. That's it.
That's all she wrote?
Yeah, that's all she wrote about games I played.
All right. Can we talk about news?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's talk
We got
about
some news this week.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're both from today, too.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Oh, we got here. Yes.
Yeah. Now, the first one's not a surprise. Not a surprise.
Oh,
Breath of the
no, not
Wild
at all.
2 was delayed, but they gave it a more firm release window, which is now spring 2023. So that narrows it down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I was having a conversation with some of my friends today. Do you think we're gonna have another situation of like when the first Breath of the Wild came out, where there's gonna be a new console by then, and they'll just have both versions?
Absolutely not.
No?
I don't see Nintendo making a new console for like another 8 years. I feel like they're going to be
not that long.
6 years. Let's be fair. 6 years.
Because we were looking at it today, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the longest Nintendo has gone a life cycle on a console is 7 years, and that was with the NES. Everything else has been at minimum 5 years, at maximum 6 years, plus that 7th year, like I said, for the.
So what are we at? 4 years right now?
5 years for the Switch.
5 years for the Switch.
Yeah, Switch is 5 years old.
So in 2 more years. So after it releases, they will then release when the new system comes out an updated version that actually runs the way it should have. That's what's going to happen.
My guess is it's going to be 2024 for the new system. But I was going to guess. I think that they're going to try to wait out the chip shortage because, I mean, why the fuck would you try to release a system during this mess?
Yeah,
that's
fair.
So I think they'll just do that. They already have a stacked year right now. Like pushing Breath of the Wild is almost like a benefit to them, just to keep that longevity going.
Yeah,
because I mean, at this point, like they have more games than like time to release them, so they'll be fine. They don't need it. Like I mean, even if that was supposed to be like their big like tentpole like Nintendo in-house game, like they still have Pokemon Violet and Scarlet. Like they're fine.
Yeah,
those are coming out. They're coming out in November.
Yeah.
So that their holiday is well secure, and then you'll have a nice spring with Breath of the Wild coming up right afterwards. So it makes sense. As I don't think the system's gonna come this year. I think they're gonna wait out the chip shortage, and so there's the rumors say that the new system's gonna be backwards compatible anyways.
I mean, it should be. I feel like it'd be suicide not to be.
Yeah.
Like at this point, with the other systems, like they would just be burying themselves in a hole if they don't do it. Even if it's like just digital only, like they can't not do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, but I think that next cycle we'll see, like after Breath of the Wild comes out, they'll see. And then if it does do like the 4K upresing or whatever, then they really don't have to do that much to make it look pretty for the next gen anyways. Be like, oh, look, it's so much nicer on this new chip. So, I don't know. And they showed off like 3 more seconds of Breath of the Wild 2 footage that's brand new.
They sure did.
Lost their minds over nothing. So,
yeah, it really
look, here's 3 more seconds. Oh my god, it exists!
Literally, it was like 3 more seconds. They're like, oh, look, he's holding a broken Master Sword.
Because there's been like a running joke amongst my friends of like what's going to come out first, like this or Prime 4. And I know in my heart that I know Prime 4 is not going to come out. Maybe not for the Switch.
I don't think Prime 4 is going to come out, period.
No, but it's still funny. It's like every time this gets delayed, I'm like, that Prime 4 comes out first.
I mean, who knows? Maybe that will be like one of their like back half of this year surprises.
I mean,
no fucking way.
There's always a chance.
It's to be Bayonetta 3.
There's always a chance because Nintendo does shit like that where they're like, surprise Paper Mario in like a week. You're like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's a game? Okay, cool.
Or like how like at E3 they were like, by the way, new Metroid Dread is real. It's coming out in like October. Good luck. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So that's what I'm just saying. Like, if they didn't have such a track record of like just randomly announcing like a game and then being like, oh, by the way, bitches, it comes out and like, actually check your Switch, it's installed.
Yeah.
Like,
no. You can't make that mistake. That's what Sega Saturn did. You remember that?
Yes.
Sega Saturn was like, by the way, the new system comes out. It's actually already at the stores. You can purchase it right now. And then all the people that were there at E3 were like, oh, we weren't prepared for this. And they sold so few copies, they went fucking bankrupt. And then they had to go make another console. And then they failed on that one too, because they forgot to add anti-piracy measures. And then they just fucking gave up and quit.
And a DVD player. But yeah, so, I don't know. I mean, I could have sworn this game was delayed twice, but my one friend was saying no, it was just, they never gave a release date. And then they gave a release year.
This feels like the 4th time it's been delayed, in my opinion. I don't even care at this point. I really don't. But, like...
I mean, it was originally announced, like, what, 2019?
So that's 2019. They sat on it for the entirety of 2020.
Mm-hmm.
They had, like, the first, like, new trailer last year. And then they kind of gave that window of 2022.
Yeah, and then today they were like, by the way, fuck off. No.
Yeah.
Actually, 2023.
Yeah. In before, they're like, actually.
Actually.
2025.
So, yeah, it'll be here eventually. Like I said,
Will it?
I mean, just not like you're knocking down the door for it, Brandon. You'll be fine.
I'm not. I'm just questioning its authenticity at this point.
Oh, believe me, I'm sure it's real, and I'm sure it will be like tens across the board when it comes out.
Yeah, probably. Even if it's not worth tens across the board.
Even if it's not worth tens across the board, it will be tens across the board.
It's Zelda! Look at it! Look at it!
No, that'll be great. So, but yeah, Nintendo they don't need it this year. They might as well. They're probably better off just letting it sit till next year anyways. They got too much stuff this year.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm
just not really that interested, to be honest.
That's fine. I'm sure you'll come around.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, definitely.
Anyways, other news. There's
new
PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, I want to talk about this one. This one seems interesting to me.
I'm interested in your opinion on it because I was surprised the internet did not like it as much as I thought they would.
I was surprised as well, but then I remember Sony fans are fucking stupid. Well, and I'm not surprised.
There is one key difference, though.
I will say, yes, there is a reason why they can be upset, and I kind of agree with them on it. I'm not I still plan on paying for the highest tier of this service.
Mm-hmm.
But like one of the things that Game Pass, this is supposed to be the Game Pass killer. Well, not even the killer, but like the answer to Game Pass.
Yes.
And they're not even promising. They literally straight up said we are not going to do day one releases on this for PS5 games.
Okay. Yeah, that sucks, and I totally agree with that sucking.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the other thing I want to point to. If you look at Game Pass's catalog, Game Pass has a pretty extensive catalog of games that you can download. Probably a good 150 or so. Day one, they've already said that they would have over 700 games as part of this one's thing. And I think that's incredibly impressive, and I think that's actually worth the price when you look at it, especially when you read the other thing, because they may be stingy and not be giving you the PlayStation 5 like titles as they release, but there is also another little addendum that they've got in there that says, along with the Premium Plus subscription, you will be allowed time trials of games. Now that right there, that might be those PS5 titles, the time trials.
Now, the other thing is the Premium Plus will also give you cloud streaming to PC, so you can play PlayStation games on PC. The other thing that I'm really down for, and this is what mainly sold it for me, was the fact that they're like, oh, by the way, you also get PSP games.
PSP, PS1, and PS2 downloadable titles.
Downloadable.
On PS4, 5, PC, that sort of thing.
Yes.
That's the one that has me like, oh, I'm listening. Especially when you have 750 titles and you mention PSP and PS2. Then I start looking at it and I'm like, so are we going to have some up-resing? Are we going to have some filters and things tossed over the top of it to make it look good like an emulator can do and that sort of deal, to make it look like it has some value when playing it on my big fucking 42, 52, 62, 72 inch 4K TV? Are you going to do something like that? Or are you going to do the bare minimum? Now, if they do something like actually do the little filters thing to make it look way better on your big TV and you're able to play PS2 and PSP games and PS1 games, that's actually, I think, a really good benefit to this this subscription plan, especially since, like, unlike Nintendo's subscription plan, I can just pay $17.99 monthly to try it. I don't have to go all in and pay the full upfront cost for the whole year or this, that, and the other with the new Nintendo plan is for its Nintendo Switch Plus whatever bullshit. You know what I'm talking about? You have the option of monthly and quarterly here. You have that choice. And I think that is what separates this from Nintendo Switch's plan. I also think that is what makes this a much more worthwhile thing to at least try out. Because Plus Extra, you got PS5 games that launched it at launch. Okay, sure, whatever. So
I mean,
you might have Demon Souls. You might have Demon Souls. That's a really good fucking game. Several people didn't play that game, so you might have that option. Or you might have Miles Morales. If you didn't get that, that's a really good option. Those are two really good games that are still like full price.
Returnal on there.
Returnal, there you go. Returnal's an excellent fucking game. I did play some of that, by the way. That game's so fucking good. It's basically Returnal 2, and it's fucking lit, dude. It's basically Returnal 2 for free. I forgot to mention that, but that shit's awesome. I haven't played multiplayer, but I have played the new roguelike thing that they put into it. That's like literally a roguelike tower climbing. It's better than Babylon's Fall in every way, shape, and form. The better tower climber. But no, my point is, I think that the people that are like, oh, why do I need to pay extra for this sort of why would I want to? I think this is just a case of so many Sony fans being out of touch with reality because they just want this now. They just want this new thing now, and they don't give a fuck about anything else. They just want their free games. They don't want your indie bullshit. They don't want that. Like, that's what I always see with Sony fans. There's a huge difference between Sony fans and Microsoft and Nintendo fans. And the difference is several of them, obviously not the whole fan base, but several of them are very toxic and just are not okay with change in any way, shape, or form, even if the change is actually a very big value proposition, especially when you have the change, but you also could just continue doing your essential account. So the internet blowing up and being like, no, I don't like this. It just looks like a case of people being out of touch and really fucking stupid, in my opinion. When you look at the value here.
So on paper,
they bitch so long about wanting backwards compatibility. Well, here you fucking get it. Shut up.
So just to play devil's advocate for like one statement, I only have one devil's advocate statement on this. So I think we've covered like the big things. But I mean, the real thing we're missing before I think we can definitely give this like, hey, it's a good value thing, is like
what the games are.
Yeah, I want to see the receipts.
Yeah,
that's very true. And you know what?
I don't want them to be like, oh yeah, here's 700 games, and it's like,
absolutely.
Oh, they count like DLC packs as games, like dumb shit like that.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, so let me see what you got on there. Like on paper, this sounds like a great deal, and I agree with everything you guys said. Even like, I mean, you both have made good cases to justify like the different tiers and the pricing. Like, yeah, like on paper, like this is a good thing, and I really cannot fault Sony for not putting the day one stuff in there.
No,
I don't think
it's crazy that Microsoft does it. Like they're losing out on a ton of money by doing it. But that's part of the incentive. Sony's.
I mean, they're making more money off their subscriptions. Microsoft is, and if it comes down to it, and they actually do well, like Sony does, they may pivot towards that same sort of thing in the future. This may be like the starting like thing where they're just like putting it out there, gauging interest, and as long as they, like you're saying, put good games and titles in these 750 plus titles that you get for the subscription, they may pivot towards that in the future, depending on how people, respond to it. Or there may be even higher pack in the future that's like, I don't know, like $25. Fuck it, $25 a month to buy play the brand newest game and not pay $70 for it. Fuck yeah, I'd be on board for that. That shit wouldn't bother me at all. It'd just be like a game rental again, and I'd just be like, all right, fuck it. So like if they pivoted to something like that in the future, I'd be totally down for it. It wouldn't bother me at all. But like, they're just putting this out there to see how people react, but we do need that list of games. We do need to see what those games are. Because like, PlayStation 1 games, PS2 games, and PSP games, and PS4 games being fully downloadable to your PS5 or PS4 or that sort of thing. I think even PC is listed on here, but that's a little murky. We're not sure if that's just streaming or if that is actually fully downloadable. But having that option, that's super fucking interesting to me, and it seems like something that could be really, really good as long as they make the right choices on what titles to put on there. A lot like what you're saying, Mike. I totally agree.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, they said the rollout it's supposed to be like pretty much worldwide by the end of June.
Yes, but I think Japan gets it first, which makes me think like, okay, well, if they give it to Japan first, their titles are going to definitely be different than ours. So, like, are we even going to have like a valid point of view of what we'll be getting? That's my other thought on it. That's another thought I've had going on in my
Well, the
head.
other thing is too, and this, I guess the other cynical side that you could look at this too is like when they count 700, because 700 is a lot. It's not that
That's
it
a lot.
doesn't exist.
It
Yes.
definitely is a lot.
Like they can do it, but it's a lot. And so like part of me is like there's got to be some weird like counting thing in here that we probably won't see until they do the games. Like are they counting like I said, are they counting DLC packs as like separate titles? Are they counting different region titles as different titles?
So I read the thing, right? And for PS Plus Extra, it says adds a catalog of 400 of the most enjoyable PS4 and PS5 games. So 400 of them are PS4 and PS5 games. All right.
Yeah, but there's
and
only
then
two PS5 games. So
yeah. Well, all right. Then you go up one more tier, and this adds in the PS1, PS2, and PSP generations, and that adds 340 more titles. So you got to think that they're only curating like 115 titles per PS2, PSP, and PS1. Like that's what I'm thinking. Like that's what makes the most sense to me, because that would add almost up to the 340 extra titles.
Mhm.
But then it also says it includes PS3 game streaming via the cloud, and it's like, oh, so which one of the PS2, PSP, and PS1 are going to get like shafted? Because one of those is going to get shafted when you read it that way. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's probably going to be PS2 because of licensing issues. And that kind of sucks, in my opinion, because a lot of the really good PS2 games are like, they definitely need licensing to be able to be like streamable or downloaded or that sort of deal. So yeah, there's just so much weird shit in this with its wording. But I think we'll probably see at least 100 PS2, PS1, and PSP titles. Maybe less PSP titles, like maybe like 50 or something. But I don't know what we're going to see, and that's what we need to know for this to actually be like something that we could gauge, more or less.
Yeah, are they going to be like great titles like PSP Alarm Clock?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, PSP Alarm Clock.
Yeah, so like I said, I feel like there's definitely something funky in the accounting. Yeah. I hope I'm wrong, but I mean, we'll see. Like I said, just that number just seems like too good to be true.
It really does. But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that they've decided not to be stupid. Yeah. Which is, that's on me. Like, because oftentimes when I hope Sony won't be stupid, they release something like Gran Turismo 7, and then there's that. So I don't know, but I have hope right now. I have hope because this seems like a really good proposition. This seems like a really good value. Response. This does seem like something that could be a competitor to Game Pass, legitimately, if those downloadable titles for past games are good. I wish they could get PlayStation 3 games downloadable and not just cloud streaming. I understand why they can't, but like, damn, dude, they kind of fucking screwed themselves over when you think about it. Like, because they designed the PlayStation 3 to be like very powerful and this, that, and the other and everything, and to be difficult to work with in general, like to make it their own in-home console. And they were like, oh shit, we didn't think about the repercussions of this for the future.
Nope, they did not. But yeah, like I said, we'll see what they're doing. And I think even too, for people who are worried about like getting like the brand new stuff, I mean, Sony's been like, even with just PlayStation Plus in its current form, like you generally get the stuff 1 year after it's been released.
Oh, not even that. They've been at least giving out one PS5 title every month. So
yeah. So I mean, stuff will come. So I guess we'll see. Or actually, like probably the other like worst possible fear for this service would be like they get their initial list and then that's it.
Or you know what? I just thought of another one. Their list that they give us, right? Most of them are games that have already been given away on PS Plus.
Oh, they're all going to be.
Yeah, and it's just like,
But I mean but I mean the truth is though that number doesn't equal up to 700. So that's it's true. Like you're still going to have like a significant amount of titles.
It's like 300 and something though. That's like almost that 400 right there that they have for adds to the catalog of 400 of the most enjoyable PS4 and PS5 titles. It's like, oh shit.
We'll see. We're talking 3 months from now. Not even, really.
Yeah.
So we're gonna find out like very soon
Yep.
what they're looking at here. And if Japan's going first, like I'm sure we'll have a good idea of what they mean by their 700 titles.
Yeah, we definitely will.
Yeah. Listen, I just hope it's not like Kingdom Hearts, Japanese version, Kingdom Hearts, English version, Kingdom Hearts.
I don't think
Korean version,
I don't
Kingdom
think they'll
Hearts,
do that because
Ultimate Remix.
So like
Kingdom
the
Hearts.
reason why I don't think it'll be that is because like when you install something like Kingdom Hearts, like for instance the special edition whatever version of the game, you have the option of every language and version to like install at that point in time. That's why those games are such big fucking like download hogs. That's why so many other games are like that as well. Now what they could do is be like Kingdom Hearts 3 special edition. Now that they could do, and that would be really shitty. But
yeah, well, no, I mean, Kingdom Hearts, I guess, is a bad example for like the language thing. But I mean, you think about like certain Japanese titles, like there definitely is like, hey, here's the Japanese version that's localized this way. Here's the American version that's localized this way. Like, and those are like.
Well, I don't think that would make sense because it specifically states in that thing that it's like like broken up into territories. So like, yeah.
What do they say?
Yeah. And I'm sure the PS1 games that Japan's going to get is going to be different from ours.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think we can go by like what Japan thinks about when it gets to them, because we're probably going to have completely different games. They're probably not going to have something like Twisted Metal 2, for instance.
I get that, but I'm saying though, like I don't think that release, at least to my knowledge, and I haven't pulled it up while we're talking about it again. Like I don't think they specified the total amount for the service. I don't think they specified per region, which could be different. Like it could be like, America's getting Twisted Metal and Japan's getting
20 titles.
Yeah, and it's like, but they count that as like, I don't know, we just said 20. So it's
so you're counting like every region as the 400 titles. So like not like this region got these 20 titles, so that's 20 titles off that list of 340 basically.
Yeah, and America got these three different titles, and there's
that would be so shit.
23.
That would be the easiest way for them to kill their service like instantly.
Because I mean, it would be telling the truth. Be like, yeah, there's 700 titles.
Yeah,
but it's not like 700 titles available to everyone.
Oh no, you're right. I didn't even think of it that way. See, what you were describing when I was listening to you originally, I thought you were talking about like, oh, the Americans can download like the Japanese and the Korean version and get fucked. That's your 4 different titles because they're different versions of the game. That's what I thought you were talking about. I didn't think about them like being like, we're releasing this in Japan and also in Europe and also America. That's 3 titles. That would be shit.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yikes! That is definitely something Sony would do, isn't it?
Like I said, there's something in the accounting that just doesn't add up to my brain, and I just
yeah.
But like I said, we can give them the benefit of the doubt. Nothing's out yet.
Yeah.
So we'll see what those lists say, and then I mean they could even do something. I mean, would it be necessarily horrible if they let like you download like, oh hey, you know what? Here is this Japanese only game. Like you can play it. Like it's not localized, but it's there. Like if you want to.
No, I don't think so. I think that would be actually kind of neat and different. Or better yet, maybe actually have some that are localized. Because the thing is, there are plenty of translations from fans and plenty of translations that are auto-translated from like emulators now. There have been some emulators that have been designed to auto-translate like Japanese, Korean, those sort of games, and the auto translations are actually really fucking good, better than like Google translations basically. So it's like sure. Okay, so yeah, doing something like that would also be kind of neat. But yeah. Fuck, man, now you got me thinking like, yeah, they'll probably just be like, yeah, so we released 10 in Japan and 3 in America and like 27 over in Spain. So yeah, there you go. That's how many titles we've released already. It's like, oh no.
Yeah, here's the Spain exclusive game that has no relevance to anywhere outside the world.
It's just like a soccer game. It's like 4 different iterations of it. Yikes.
Or like
Ooh.
even like because they have like was it Gran Turismo the one that was
We
always the
have-
international edition?
We have FIFA 27, 2018, 2017,
My God.
2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, and the trial for 2022.
No.
Yeah, every Madden game that's ever come out.
Oh no! That would just be pain. Oh no. Okay. All right. Now you've got me concerned. I have now got a bit of concern. Anyway.
Yeah, but we'll see. We can be optimists.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, on paper, it's a fine service.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see the receipts. That's all.
Yeah, I agree. I do too.
Anyways, anything else you guys want to talk about?
I mean, I think I'm good, honestly.
Okay.
All right, let's wrap up then.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening to us tonight. Don't forget to find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google, Amazon, iTunes, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you want to reach out to us, we're on Facebook, Twitter, or you can send us an email at gamecrunchcast@gmail.com. Brandon.
Hello, I stream every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Kagado Asuka on twitch.tv.
Was it
KG.
Eastern Daylight Time now?
No, well, fuck off, alright?
You don't want people showing up an hour wrong, Brandon. That would be horrible.
Whatever, dude. EST, my dude. EST, that's what it says.
So it's EDT now.
No, it's
EDT.
not. No.
Isn't it? Didn't Daylight Savings just start?
That doesn't count. That's not a thing. Shut up. That's literally not a thing. No one's like, DT? ST. No one does that. Shut up. Unless, like, I guess they didn't set their clocks back, so they're like, fuck daylight savings time.
Let's
I'm
see.
getting that
Google.
extra hour.
Google says it's 7:48 p.m. EDT.
Bullshit.
You Google what time? Ask Google what time it is.
All right, let's find out. What time is it? Fuck off, Google. I always say EST. I've always seen EST. Or
It's EST.
It is EST.
But it's Eastern Standard Time. That's what EST means.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we're not.
This is the standard
time.
time.
We're in daylight time.
This is bullshit.
I didn't make these rules, guys. This is the clock rules.
This is bullshit.
I do not bow down to the clock.
Yeah, the clock can go suck my gosh. Anyway, twitch.tv Kagato Asuka, KAGATO ASUKA, all lowercase, at 7 p.m. EST, fuckers.
I hope they'll show up an hour
Saturday.
late, Brandon.
No one's going to show up an hour late. It's not like they literally set their clocks for an EDT and an EST. That's not how it fucking works.
There's some states
No,
that
it's
don't do-
not. No,
there's
it's
some states that
not.
don't do daylight time,
Shut
Brandon.
up. It is
There's some
not.
that-
It is definitely fucking not. Shut up.
Oh my goodness.
Listen, the long and short of it is I'll be playing probably Tiny Tina or Returnal this weekend. So come on, hang out, and give me money because I need it. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say.
Okay. Hey, Nick. What you
Yeah,
got?
I got nothing.
What's your favorite time?
My favorite time?
Yeah.
Party time.
Oh shit, that's a good time.
That's,
That's a good time.
EPT.
What a wild and crazy guy.
Estimated party time.
Eastern party time, Brandon, obviously.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, I do. I am on the East Coast, so it would be Eastern party time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's when you actually should do your stream.
Would it be
At
Eastern
party time.
Daylight Party time? EDPT?
EDPT.
I mean, the time of day doesn't matter. We party just whenever.
Yeah, that's true.
Day or night. Day and night. Kid Cudi.
Day and night.
Yeah.
The lonely.
So, I mean, party time's anytime.
Party time is anytime.
I can't not hear the words day and night without thinking of that song. It's just at night.
Oh, he did his job.
It's day and night.
Anyways, with that said,
Do you need to free your mind at night?
Huh?
Nothing. I was still saying lyrics to the song.
Okay, yeah. My name's Mike Anastasia. You can find me online. I'm Clash of Penguin on Twitter, your favorite gaming console. Until next week, game on.
Game on.
Yeah.
Hello, Nick.
Hello.
Hello, Nick. How are you doing this fine evening?
I'm okay.
Oh, that didn't sound good.
I'm okay.
Okay.
I actually am okay.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
He's not okay.
No,
Yeah,
I'm very okay.
The kids are not okay.
I'm good. Wait, what the fuck?
We used 2 different emo songs to describe you.
No, I read a thing that was weird.
What's on Reddit?
Yeah. Tell me. What's going on?
No, there's a new co-developer for Fallout 76.
Oh, who is it?
Double 11. They've worked for Mojang for helping them with Minecraft Dungeons and Face Punch for Rust.
I see.
Weird. Actually, not weird. That's I'm not
weird.
surprised. I'm not surprised that a studio is helping out Bethesda with that, because I don't know if you guys remember when that game first came out and Todd realized that it was a fucking bomb and a half. He he called what's his name from Xbox.
Bill Gates.
No. And not Steve Ballmer either.
Phil?
Phil Spencer? He's like,
yeah.
Yo, Phil, I beefed it. What do I do?